Hello children, my name is the Reverend Tim. Some of you might remember me from when I used to come and give assemblies in your school, but it's been a long time since I've been allowed to do that. So now we're trying to film some assemblies for you, and this is my turn. So I'm here in St James and I'm thinking about Easter. I've got an Easter egg here ready for Sunday, and I'm looking forward to having this in a few days' time. We have eggs at Easter because eggs are about new life. Baby chicks come from eggs, so we think about new life and new beginnings, and we think about spring, and so flowers and daffodils help us to think about the new start and the new season to the year as well. Can you see these daffodils on the floor here, this picture of these daffodils? Well, that's because this is part of our Easter trail. But our Easter trail ends here, and these daffodils just form a little part of it, because the whole trail goes all the way back down the church. Look! So, before we think about Easter and eggs, let's go all the way back down the end to the start of the trail and see where the story begins. Come on, come and join me. So here I am at the start of our Easter pathway. Let's see how it begins. So, the first thing you need to remember is that the real story of Easter is all about Jesus. And so our story begins with Jesus coming into Jerusalem, a city in Israel. Now, what have we got here? We've got palm leaves, we've got sand, and we've got this here. Can you work out what this is? Well, there's a clue in the sand because there are footprints in the sand. They're actually hoof prints. They're the prints of a donkey. And so this is donkey poo. Because Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey. And when he rode into Jerusalem, the crowds gathered with leaves, and they waved their leaves shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David, Hosanna to the King of Kings," because they thought Jesus was going to be their king. Now last Sunday, on Palm Sunday, when we remembered this part of the story, we had a real donkey here in Shear, just outside in the churchyard. Here's a little film of it.
And welcome to Dougal and to Nikki, and we're so grateful that they have come all the way up from Somerset to help us celebrate Palm Sunday, because this is the beginning of Holy Week. It's the beginning of the last week of Jesus' life, where we follow with Jesus, we walk the journey with him.
One of the things that Sarah told us when we had our donkey on Sunday was that the donkey has a cross on its back. Here, let me show you. You see, you can see a cross across its shoulder blades and down its back. And we also have crosses made out of palm leaves, palm crosses that we have on Palm Sunday. And there's a reason for that, which comes later on in the story. But let's carry on down our pathway now. When Jesus got into Jerusalem later in the week, he had a meal with his friends. We call it the Last Supper, and that's what this bit's about. And then let's go further down. After they finished that Last Supper, Jesus and his friends went out into a nearby garden called the Garden of Gethsemane. And while he was there, some soldiers came and arrested Jesus. Because when the crowds welcomed Jesus as their king on Palm Sunday, the real king of Jerusalem was very unhappy and ordered his soldiers to arrest him. Now, everything here is part of the story. I don't have time to tell you what the chicken means or the fire means or some of these other things mean, but they're all part of the story. You can come and you can see this. It'll be in St James on Friday and Saturday and on Easter Day itself and on into Monday. And you can walk along here and you can perhaps find out what some of these things mean. But for now, let's carry on down and see what happens next. So after Jesus was arrested and some other things happened, now we come to this part. And look, there's a big hammer and some nails. And this is where the cross came in, because they put Jesus on a cross. And while he was there, he sadly died. We remember this on Friday. And so Friday is a sad day for Christians. But there's a happy ending. Now, if Jesus was just an ordinary person, that would be the end of the story. But Jesus isn't an ordinary person. Jesus is the Son of God. And so when they put his body in a tomb, in a cave on the Friday, and then nothing happened on the Saturday, but then on the Sunday, the tomb was empty. Jesus had come back. He was there with his friends again. And because of Easter, we know that death is not the end for us either. It's because of Easter that we know that we and our family go to heaven after they die. It's because of Easter we know that we are forgiven for the things that we do wrong. So much to be thankful for Easter. So much new life. So much new beginnings. So, on Easter Day, I hope you get some Easter eggs or something else, some other treat. And when you have them, remember the story of Jesus. Remember what we're really thankful for. Remember the new life and all the wonderful things that we think about of Easter came at a cost, that Jesus had to go to the cross to make them possible. And maybe come down to St. James and walk along the pathway yourself and start by thinking about the donkey and the serious things, but end up thinking about how wonderful Easter really is. See you next time.